Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, wherever you're watching from. Good afternoon, wherever you're watching from. And good night, wherever you're watching from. I'm just coming into my husband's life. Okay, I've had this burden to talk about infertility. I know my husband has spoken about it a lot, and I'm coming from the place of somebody who has been through this before. It's challenging. I must confess, it is challenging. It is tax. It is, in fact, I don't know what adjective is it adjective. I don't know what adjective to use to qualify the trauma, the pain, the feeling when you are been trying for something, even outside infertility, trying for something for many years and you're not getting it. It can be very, very frustrating and tiring. It can make you feel disappointed. It can affect your self-esteem. Yes, it can affect your self-esteem. I'm serious. It can also affect your relationship with people. And at the end of the day, it can bring it to the spectrum, which is probably depression, start having anxiety. In fact, sometimes even suicide. I won't lie to you. There are times I thought about, like, man, if it's not happening, let it not happen. To hell with it. I let it, just get over with it. I'm sharing this story not to advertise myself, but to create awareness that infertility is actually real. It happens to about one, or let's say 1 in 10 women are experiencing infertility, or they have been through that phase. So, how did I go about my journey? How did I pull through?
So
If you're
guys,
enjoying
guys,
my
this is a
discussion,
rare this is a rare discussion.
so you can ask me anything today, anything, even if you are single. I know I'm not a preacher of having, doing things outside marriage, but even if you are single, you are allowed to ask questions. If you are married, you're allowed to ask questions. Now, let me start my journey. My journey started like this. I got married. I got married 7 years ago, and of course, it's the joy of every married person, especially if that's what you have decided. That okay, maybe you get married. Probably wait for like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, or 6 months before we get pregnant, or we start trying to get pregnant. And first year came down, second year, and like that. I kept on going like that, and it wasn't happening. Now, the funny thing about it is that I'm married to a doctor. I am a doctor. So some people feel like it shouldn't be like that. Everybody should just, we are doctors now, so there shouldn't be any form of delay and all that. Immediately you get married, you should just, get pregnant and everything. But it wasn't like that. It didn't happen that way for me and my partner. It didn't happen that way at all. Okay, it's quick. It's important for me to explain what infertility is at this point. It's very, very important. Infertility is defined as the inability to get pregnant, but there's a time frame for individuals. Yes, it is individualized. Infertility is individualized. So now we have the primary infertility and we have the secondary infertility. For the primary infertility, it means that the person has never achieved pregnancy, has never ever been pregnant, has never ever been pregnant. Why for the secondary infertility means that okay, the person has been pregnant before and is trying for maybe another baby, or trying to get pregnant another time and it's not happening. That is what infertility, secondary infertility means. For primary infertility, we have time frame, as I said. If a couple who have they have regular intercourse, I would explain what regular means. Let me just leave it at that. Regular intercourse for at least 1 year. For 1 year, and they have not been able to achieve pregnancy. That is primary infertility. And this applies to couples in which the female in particular, she's less than 35 years of age. So if she's less than 35 years of age and for 1 year she has been with her partner and they have regular intercourse, penetrative intercourse. I'm not going to use the other word, I'm going to be using intercourse. I want to speak like a professional. So they've been having regular intercourse and not achieving pregnancy. That is primary infertility. And the lady is 35 years of age and below is 1 year. But immediately the lady is 35 years and above, her time frame is now 6 months. So for 6 months, a lady who is 35 years and above, and for 6 months, she has been with her partner and they're having regular intercourse. What does it mean? It simply means that she too also have, or her family, or she and her partner have primary infertility. They are not able to achieve pregnancy. But the truth about it is that it's not only the woman that has a problem. Even when males get above 40 years of age, their spermatogenesis, that is production of sperms, their productive cycle also starts to drop too as well. So it's not only the woman that has the burden of infertility. So let me now explain what regular means. When they mean regular intercourse, we are talking about a person having intercourse at least 3 times a week. And this 3 times a week we are talking about, we are not saying that, for example, on Monday you have intercourse, you did the first round, you did the second round, you did the third round. That is three times. It's already 3 times in a week. No, that's not what we are saying. That particular day, if you have intercourse 10 times, it's counted as one. I don't know if you understand. It's counted as one. So some people will ask me, okay, but I used to, sometimes we have intercourse and we have penetrative intercourse 3 times in a day. Is that not enough? Is it not 3 times already in a week? If you calculate it 3 times, no, that's not what we are saying. We are saying in a particular day, any intercourse you have is counted as a day. Then you have it on alternate day. That is, you're going to have it the day after the one you had. For example, you had it on Monday, you now have it on Wednesday, then Friday, like that. So you must have it that way before you can say, oh yes, you're having regular intercourse. I don't know if people are following me. You can drop your questions. That's what you say, you're having regular intercourse. Now, the challenge that many people have, especially women, is that we do not really know our menstrual cycle. Why I'm going to this point? Because I'm talking about my experience. I had challenges with my menstrual cycle. I did not have a textbook menstrual cycle. Textbook menstrual cycle is someone that has menstrual cycle maybe from 28 days cycle to 32 days, some 35, and it's constant like that. You either have it every 28 days or every 29th day, every 30 day, every 31 days, every 32 days, every 33 days, every 34th day, every 35th day. It is regular. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So that is what I mean. I did not have that. I'm talking about my experience. So that people don't feel like, oh, every time people are just reading things from the books or what they've taught them and they are coming to share. No, that's not what we are saying. What I'm saying is that I'm talking from my experience. So growing up, from the day I started my menstrual cycle, I'd never had a regular menstrual cycle. My menstrual cycle was sometimes 21 days, sometimes 19 days. I'm not joking. It's that bad. Sometimes 15 days. For example, if I have it on the 1st of June, it starts on the 1st of June. The next one will come on the 16th of June. It was like that. Sometimes if it starts on the 1st of June, it will come on the 22nd of June. So that was how my menstrual cycle was. So for someone like that, and I go to the hospital and they're asking me, oh, how many days is your cycle? And I'm looking in the blues, I'm like, I don't know, it comes any day. So now that kind of person, how can even the person time ovulation? Is it possible? It's very, very difficult to time ovulation like that. So we have people that have irregular cycle. So the first stage in breaking infertility is now to determine, okay, do I have a regular cycle or I do not have a regular cycle? You're going to be going down in that line like that. So you're going to do it like a tree. We are starting with you, the female. Then now we are looking at, okay, what will help me achieve pregnancy? First thing, I must determine my menstrual cycle. This is my menstrual cycle. How long is it? How do I have it? Is it regular or irregular? So now we go to the regular cycle. Now I have a regular cycle. My cycle is, I don't want to use the standard, what everybody uses, 28-day cycle. I'm using, let's say, 30 days. So now when am I fit to get pregnant? What day am I supposed to target that, okay, I'm going to get pregnant? If you are sure and you have been watching it over time, at least a regular cycle is a cycle
that the person has for at least 6 to 9 months. For at least 6 to 9 months, you are able to calculate and say, yes, from January to September, I always have my period after every 30 days. Now, what do you want to do? You want to check that cycle. You want to, some people do not even know that it's 30 days. They just say, okay, I had it on the first. The next one I saw was on the second of the next month, like that. They just assume that every first of the month, their period should come. No, the calendar is not fixed. Some months are 28 days, some months are 29 days, some are 30, some are 31. Do you understand? So you cannot calculate it that way. So now I'm going to use can you help me open calendar? Let me use my phone. Sorry. So I want to use my calendar so that it will be easier for us to follow. We are going to use the month of June as our example. If my period started on the 9th of June and I have a 30-day cycle, I'm going to count the first day of my period is going to be on the 9th of June. So number 9, on the 9th of June is my day 1. So we are calculating together. So day 9 is number 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now, the last day of my cycle will be July 8th. So the first day of my period was June 9th. The last day of my cycle will be July 8th. So I'm going to be expecting another period on the 9th of July. Now, why is it 9-9? It's 9-9 because June is 30 days. So it can easily follow. But now, if you are going to use July 9th as your next day, the first day of your next period, definitely it's going to be your next period will be on the 8th because July is 31 days. I don't know if you are following me. So if you take your phone, your first day of your period is the day you see the blood. Even if it's just a drop of blood you see, that is the first day. Count that day as the first day. Then you go down like that. The day you now see the next blood, that will be the first day of another period. So from that you can calculate. So if a person wants to determine that she has a regular period for at least 6 to 9 months, she must have been having her period every 30 days. I don't know if you're following me, or if it is 29, every 29 days her period comes like that. That is what I'm saying. So now that you have determined that your cycle is regular, remember I said we still go to the irregular cycle. We are talking about the people that have regular periods or regular cycle, regular menstrual cycle. So now you want to determine now, okay, my cycle is 30 days. So when do I ovulate? So that is why I said it is important to track your menstrual period, your menstrual cycle, to know how many days you have. So if you are using the month of June and July as our case study here, and from scientific research, it shows that a woman will definitely ovulate 14 days before her next menstrual period. That part of the menstrual cycle is constant. It's very constant. So if you now count backwards, okay, let me explain it this way. Let me make it easier. Use your write 1 to 30. Write 1 to 30.
Just use.
You have a calendar. Write 1 to 30. Okay. Someone says she still does not understand. Okay. See, you know what? Let me break it down. I have a 30-day cycle. Let's use the first so that people will be clear, so that we don't go 1 and 2 and 3. The first day of my cycle was on the 1st of June. Do we understand now? On the 1st of June, on the 1st of this month. So, and I have a 30-day cycle. My next cycle is going to start on the 1st of July. Do we agree? From what I've been teaching earlier, or I've been explaining earlier, my last menstrual, the first day of my period was on the 1st of June, and I have a 30-day cycle. When will my next period be? Let's use that way so we can understand. It will be on the 1st of July. So what are we going to do? How do we know when we are ovulating? How do we get our ovulation? That's what I was trying to explain. So if my period started on the 1st of June and the next one is to come July, so we are going to count backwards from the 30th of June. So the 30th of June, you count it as 1. See now, we've got a paper. So this was the first day of my period. This is day 1. Day 1 of my period, of my menstrual cycle. This is the last day of my menstrual cycle. Don't worry, I'm writing MC. I don't have a very fine handwriting. So this is the last day. This is the month of June. We are not doing July. This is the month of June. So definitely the next cycle will start on July 1 because I have a 30 days cycle. Do we understand? So now how do I know the day I ovulated? If I have a regular cycle, so we are going to start counting from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are counting backwards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it is expected that I ovulate on this day, on this 16th. So this will be my ovulation day because the last part of the menstrual cycle is constant. It's always 14 days. But this part of the menstrual cycle usually changes. This part is always constant. Why this part? This upper part from the first day of your menstrual cycle to whichever day changes. But this lower part does not change. So this part is always 14 days. So if your cycle is constantly 30 days like mine, you count from the last day of the period, that last day of the menstrual cycle, not this next day that your period will come. No, you count from here backwards, 14 days backwards. So you're able to determine that yes, I will ovulate on the 16th of June. So now, for those people that have issues that, okay, I know it is constant, I have 30 days, I cannot calculate backwards because my next period has not come, so I'm not sure. So what will you do? This is your first day, so you count like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you know that every 16th day of your cycle, from the beginning day, from the day you start counting day 1 to on the 16th, you know that day you will ovulate on the 16th day of not particularly of that month. You know, as I said earlier, some people's menstrual cycle, let's assume my period does not start on the 1st. Let's assume my period, this is June now, and my period is starting on the 9th, and I know it's 30 days. So when will I ovulate? On the 16th day, and this is day 1, abi. This is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And I don't forget, I know my period is regular and it's 30 days. And this is my own day 1. I started my period on the 9th of June. So how many days am I going to count? I'm going to count 16. On the 16th day, I expect I should be ovulating. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. So I expect that on the 24th, I expect that I'm supposed to have ovulated. Now, why I'm just saying 24th, ovulation is not fixed. That's just the truth. It's not, it will happen on a particular day, but the survival of the eggs is what we are going to discuss next. So this is on the 24th. So we are going to do a classwork now. So classwork for everybody. My first day of my menstrual period, this is my day 1, 23rd, and I have a 30-day cycle. What day am I going to ovulate? What day am I expected to ovulate? My period, the first day of my period is on the 23rd of June, the first day, and I have a 30-day cycle. When will I ovulate? My last menstrual period, the first day of my period for the month of June was on the 23rd of June, and I'm expected to ovulate on what day in the month of July? I have a 30-day cycle. So what day? So we are going to count 16 days from 23rd. Yes. So on the 8th of July, that is the day we are going to ovulate. This person is really good. I like whoever this person is. I like that. So it's on the 8th of July I'm expected to ovulate. So I don't know if you have questions for a regular period. Then if you have a 33, someone said 33 days regular period. A 33-day regular period, just subtract 14 days from the 33. Whatever number you get, you start counting from day 1 and achieve that number. So 33 minus 14 is 19. That's 19. On the first day of your period. So if you have a 33 days regular menstrual cycle, you are sure it is 33 days. You just subtract 14 from 33, you have 19. It's 19 days. So you mean that on the 19th of every time from the first day of your menstrual period, just count one like that. The first day of your menstrual period is day 1. So you count like that 1 to 19. So on the 19th of whatever day it falls on, that will be your ovulation day. I don't know if you are clear on that. I've clarified.
So I'm going to expand a bit on what Kalumwa. When we say regular, your normal menses is supposed to be between 21 days to 35 days. Normal. So if you have 21 days, that is 3 weeks, it's normal. If you have 30 days, it's normal. If you have up to 35 days, that is 7 weeks, it's still normal. Regular means that every 35 days, you have your cycle coming. So you can somehow predict that, the next 35 days, whatever date you follow on the calendar, that it's going to be my next menstrual period. So you can plan ahead. Now, irrespective of your menstrual duration, that is, I may have 30 days, she may have 28 days, you may have 21 days. One thing is constant to all of us. We ovulate, ladies ovulate 14 days before the next menses. And that is what she tried to show on paper. Whether we are 21 days or 17 days or, 21 days or 25 days or 28 days or 30 days or 35 days, on the 14th day of the cycle, remember we are not saying month. We're not saying 14th day of the month. So some people will tell you, my menses comes every 7th of October or every 7th of the month. It may not be right.
That was why I added that. Every month is different. Some months are 30 days, some months are 31 days, some are 28 days. So you cannot really, it's not every time it falls on that particular day. Exactly. Sometimes it can fall on that particular day, but not every time because the days in the month vary. The number of days in the month vary.
Exactly. Yeah, so please go on.
So we've talked about regular. If you have questions about regular, you can still write it in the chat box or something. My husband will notify me on the question and I will address it appropriately. So we started from infertility. So we are looking at the woman first, then we'll go to the man. I'm sorry I'm a bit biased, but I'm talking from my experience. I started with a story that it's my experience I'm sharing, so that it doesn't seem like people are just coming to tell us something that they've not passed through before. As people say, you can never understand how it feels except you wear those shoes. You know that, is it comfortable? Is it hurting and all that? So I'm talking from my experience, as I said earlier. So I started like that. So you've achieved, you understand that, okay, your period is regular. You know the days or the time you ovulate. Now, unfortunate thing about ovulation is that there is a duration. That's the funny part of it. So there's a funny thing about ovulation. Our eggs as females are not as long lasting as sperms. You can imagine, they're always cheating us. So our eggs are not as long lasting as the sperms. That's just the funny thing. So if a lady ovulates at, let's say, because of course, the way life is, we are busy, we are engaged in different things, you would not even know the time you ovulate. But some people have signs, which I will address next. I will address it now. So there are different times that people ovulate. Some ovulate in the morning, some ovulate in the afternoon, some ovulate in the evening. It depends on the body, the time, our body is different. We react differently to things. So sometimes you can ovulate in the morning, early hours of the morning, and you go about doing your business and everything. That's your ovulation day, right? You go about doing your business and all that and expect that, okay, when you come at night, maybe from work or from wherever, or maybe early hours in the morning the next day, you have intercourse and you expect to get pregnant. It might not happen that way because the egg has a lifespan of 24 hours to sometimes, luckily for some people, 48 hours. But that 48 hours is not sure. So the egg has the ability to live for one day.